Wow. 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 Happening already. So, I'm live, am I? I know my phone's hacked, everything's hacked, internet's hacked, brain hacked. Messing about human DNA, have ya? You Nephillian. Well, Stargate. Hidden in plain sight. Okay, so, I fell asleep between 12 p.m. to 4 p.m, which I never normally do. And they're messing about with my health. Right. Wednesday evening, coming up 10 o'clock in the evening, and you think you can use your technology. But basically, the radiation, the way the implants in humans, yeah, advanced technology in implants. Wow. Nobody comes in my lives because everything's really rooted monitored. So the hierarchy of Freemasonry, there's another level above the 33 degree in the Masonic lodges, apparently. So I'm listening to podcasts over about 13 years old, roughly. Or somebody I used to follow and listen to a long time ago, from 2012, and I found a website. Humanity is waking up, the flesh and blood of them that are not being altered. Well, we don't know if they've been altered or not, but they have the genetics in their human DNA, apparently. So it's claimed. In these articles and documents I'm reading. And that Aleister Crowley was negotiating, so it's claimed, for the Monarch Project chair that was used. And there's a link on educateyourself.org on a Monarch project in Long Island in America. You can research. Now that gentleman, A.L. Blick, I think it's pronounced, has passed away. But his knowledge and other people's knowledge, getting this information out. Why did they use and kidnap children and adults for experimentations? Why do they do for a long time now and still do, apparently, for the underground military bases? Imply it's alien abductions, but it's actually black operations, black budget funded. Apparently, allegedly, there's some massive drug dealing always been going on. The drug cabal, I suppose you call it. I'm not expert in none of this. It's just the documents I'm reading. So I'd always wondered where would they get that equipment to put these innocent children, and I don't know much about the adult side, in this chair so they can do astral traveling and the time travel experimentations. That Monarch project was really for the Philadelphia project, time travel experience technology, and using Tesla from 1913 and 1920s apparently. So I was looking at the dots connect together. So from what I read in another document, and I couldn't do it anymore because I'm tired. Wow. Has, I'll put this out there, question mark really. Does anybody have a gut feeling that the human DNA of the 12 strands, I'm not an expert in DNA either, just a query, have the 12 strands of the DNA always been manipulated by non-human entities for genetic purposes? And it's always been like that. I mean, the ancient history of centuries, I assume, a long time ago, basically, have it always been only for the select bloodlines genetically knowing certain bloodline families have more of the Anunnaki DNA in them, so they get the privileged position and royalty throughout this land, the world, different countries, and trade, business relationships, and how throughout generations inbred, I assume, to keep the bloodline pure, yeah, into also where you come in with a banking system, monetary system, because it's all run by monetary system. Well, the ancient times it was all by bartering monetary system, gold and silver, precious metals and trades for goods and that kind of thing. But here we are now in the times of 2023 where this is a massive spiritual awakening. So when I read these documents, some of them, that I knew already that the television was invented in the 1950s, and the words and documents within that gives it all away. Mind control, the television programming, maybe. Okay. So this will be, this is already, when I go live here, it's private, so I'll have to edit to go public after. So it's just a query, really, theory, just a theory, I suppose, putting it out there for people to think, just a gut instinct. How do you know you're not sitting next to a clone? How Donald Marshall, bless his heart, Educate Yourself website, he got out a long time ago about these cloning centres. So where we are with technology in the world now, and I'm feeling the radiation right now on my body and my lips and my mouth, and I'm trying to detox. Oh, it's like when you've got the heating on, it's like, oh. So, your brain. And when they developed this technology all this time to date into Neuralink, hive mind, brain interface, to upload the brain like the Matrix movies, and I'm just gonna feel like getting a cry. Just gotta watch the paths. But I might not because I feel knackered. I just feel like that right now. So it just might be better to just turn off my bloody Wi-Fi in a minute and just get the body can't rest whether it's in my home or outside. And this is extreme. I do wonder, like with the Hebrew subject as well, the night planets, Wormwood. They've always known the planet. I mean, this is like an Hebrew planet. Now, I don't know much about whether that is factual or not yet. So I need to do some more digging on the documents, but I ain't got the energy right now. So, for those that are doing videos, and well done to you all out there, on shape shifting and the cloaking technology of non-human entities. So whether it's Nephian or Reptilian or another race, yeah, you can. These people making these videos are very, very good. I'm losing my voice again. They're doing this stuff with DNA, perhaps, and they really got to get rid, you know, to damp down the mindset again of human population that are spiritually wakening up to truths. Finally, is that a lightening of the spiritual awakening in 2022, 2023. And this is where all the distractions has to come in by powers that be to get you not focusing on your inner spiritual ascending to the higher level in your spirituality, to the higher dimensions. So this is where maybe, again, another question, theory, just throwing it out there. Perhaps that's why they do the gun stalking program. It is military backing. And this is where you get the public servants involved, where you get the noise campaign or the police cars, the ambulance noise, all the motor vehicles. And then you get occasionally the horns or the bikes or whatever. And then you get, synchronizing of your neighbours with the noise campaign where they live as well. And I saw yesterday one of the gun stalkers, a particular one, didn't speak much English, but I saw he looked very poor. I saw it wasn't funny. Well, was the staff laugh, but I wasn't very impressed with their behaviour. That this individual, I thought, well, he's making a lot of noise. Let's get where I was, get nearby, observe his body language, which I did. And he wasn't that old, and his soul looked troubled. His inner spiritual soul looked troubled. It showed on his outside of his body language. He really did look nervous and troubled. And his soul. So sometimes this program they have something on somebody else, they blackmailing them perhaps to take part in doing the organised stalking, gang stalking, which is unlawful, but they get away with it because the hierarchy is not just ordinary members of your lodge, of the Mason Lodge, the Freemason Lodge. It's higher above that, and the interwave is like a triangle. So the higher you get, right up to the all-seeing eye, goes back to ancient Egypt, pyramid times, centuries ago, and then it's going to be a question on the creation of humans per se, nature on this planet, on life, and that is going to put a question of Christianity into a great big question mark. Okay, but I do believe there cannot possibly create this planet. Okay, um, because there's so much beauty, there's so much line and so complex on this wonderful earth we have, and I'm not an expert in biology or ethos on the makeup of this earth and how it works. Sun, moon, meant to be natural. Now, just say that the powers that be knew a long, long time ago that this magnet field around our solar system was weakening, solar minimum as well. So they knew this star, the planet Earth, is going to die. Effects of the radiation, the breakdown, the protection of the Mother Earth, the atmosphere. Adapt 2030 might be able to say more about this solar minimum. I don't know much, I'm just learning. That's where, perhaps, also, the spraying of chemical engineering has to happen, because that is protecting us up down below, lower, on Earth, and animal life perhaps, from the radiation, because they know the protection of the outskirts of Mother Earth is having too many solar flares, and the natural protection band around Mother Earth is fading. Now, could also be connected to why there's so many satellites around the Earth, and why they need all this advanced technology to build the robots, where everything's automatic now, much more advanced, why they need a transhumanism agenda, because they know soon as, if anyone survives on this earth, it's going to be non-human, or robotics, or it's going to be a mix with like a bit of human still, but built into machine. Yeah, so that's where the humanists promote transhumanism. So it could all go back to the terminology I've heard before. All goes back to those ancient history, to the Anunnaki, Nephilim, and the mixing with human DNA, creating hybrids. So, and here we are now. So, for those that may not know, their DNA could have been manipulated. I'm just saying it could have been. All of these blood tests, you just need a blood test to check this or check that, general speaking. Or we just need your DNA, God forbid, when anyone gets in trouble with the public servants, i.e. police, and they take your fingerprints, which is part of your DNA. They take a swab out your mouth, maybe. They take, your anything really, piece of hair is a DNA, isn't it? So, could it be that they're tracing why the push I've known about for a long, long time, the interest in genealogy? Because they're tracing or looking who's connected in the bloodlines in genetically from perhaps the original creation by those non-human entities. And for those cells, for those souls of evolution, just putting it out there, have been moved forward in such an advanced stage where there's a few selection of individuals on this earth that has these abilities within them spiritually, and they don't know they have them. And they have the awakening ability out of this controlled matrix world, and suddenly they see themselves targeted in all aspects of their physical existence. So they're having their souls, their spirituality being try to be distracted. So I'm just putting these theories out there. What do you reckon? So I'm going to end this stream now, make it public, and see what your feedback is. Because I can't say key other words which I'm aware of because of this platform. So, wow. Pause back down to And this is where the conquering divide comes in with religion. Maybe. But time will tell us now. The end is here. And our ascending to a higher dimension is the key. How that happens, whatever your belief systems are, each to their own. But there's a very good possibility of untruths being said. Take care, signing up. If I can. Our phone is red hot, so I'm going to try and sign out now.